Alright, welcome back again to ASM 2021. Up next is Skully, any percent by Duk700. I'll let them take it away now.
Heck. Yeah. Skully. Hope you guys enjoy it. Might as well just get right into it. 3, 2, 1. New game. So starting right off here, we are a skull. And that's as much as you need to know about the story. There is dialogue in this game. I have muted it, so you'll still be able to read the subtitles, but the voices can get a little bit tiresome after listening to it for quite a while. So, plus it makes things a lot easier to talk. First up, one of the things that will come quite useful is hopping over water. We do take damage, but I'm not exactly sure how it works. I think it's just like a plane, and if you go under it, you take damage, but you can hop on the plane and sort of bounce over the water. It's quite useful, but it's quite difficult at times. I'll give this a couple of tries, but it will probably mean I have to go and do a backup. Yeah. This run takes a lot of button mashing, so it's not always the easiest. Yeah, I think we're just going to go with the backup. Luckily, I think this is like the second hardest in the game, so already getting past some of the hardest tricks, and only in level 1. Just smooth sailing from here, right? If I can jump over these rocks. One thing to note though, these rocks all around, you can climb on pretty much any of them, but they sometimes eat your inputs, causing a few deaths. We'll see that especially in the next level. But what just happened there is there's a couple of unskippable cutscenes. So I had to duck under the water for a brief moment as the trigger doesn't go that far down. And able to skip right past them. Usually we would just hop over the water, but wasn't working out. But yeah, these rocks in particular, plus one other set, like eating inputs quite a lot. This game is definitely well put together. I'll give it that. There's quite a lot of invisible walls around here. You think like they would put it all over the place, stop players skipping massive parts, but no, we can just hop right over using the water bouncing thing, if I'm able to land on the rock. And yeah, another place I would think there would be an invisible wall, they just neglected to put anything there. Though they do put them in really strange places otherwise, which will come apparent later. These water dudes, water elementals, I believe the game calls them, they blow up, they shoot water at you. Overall, not a good time. Try to avoid them as much as possible. I'm gonna try. Okay, this is probably gonna fail. Yeah, I'm just gonna reset that. There's 2 skips in here that are technically New Game Plus only. This one, which I'll give it one. No, that ain't gonna work. Okay, we're going to go back to the regular strats. Basically, if you hop over to that island, you're not supposed to be getting to. You can skip all this, but it's usually you need enough health to make it there and make it back. New game generally does not have enough health for that. Get more health by picking up these collectibles. We need 800 by the end of the, I think it's at the end of level 14. Due to the couple of skips that require just a little bit extra health. We should collect well enough before then, hopefully. If not, it's not too big of a deal, we just do a different strat, but the strat's a lot cooler if we manage to get all the collectibles. I'll go for the other one. There is, like I said, there's 2 tricks that are technically New Game Plus. This is the other one. Basically, we have to land on those lily pads. And a skip. I think it saves like a minute or something. I really wish my friend never found the trick, to be honest. It kind of makes the runs, if you really want to go for a solid time, really like quite a pain. I hope I never have to actually chuck those into a run outside of New Game Plus. Okay, I thought I made that. Apparently I was just off. One other thing to note, might notice I've been slightly jumping in midair. The collision is a bit... I'm not sure how it works exactly, but it seems like collision is a bit janky, or like the delay for it might come into question. I'm not entirely sure. When you leave a platform, you have a brief amount of time where you can jump in the air. It is quite useful.
We got time for a quick donation?
Perfect timing. I'm about to hit an auto-scroller.
Beautiful. Alright, we have $100 from Neo, who puts it towards the hard gold worse name of Raikou. We have several donation incentives over the course of the marathon. The next one coming up is Save or Kill Maya, which is Mila, sorry, which is coming up the next run. Save is currently at $10, Kill is currently at $0, and then we have a couple of pro skater ones saying choose a pro challenge. At the moment, create this skater is at $5. The rest are yet to register a score. So if you'd like to donate, exclamation mark donate, or go to donate.ausspeedruns.com. Back to you.
All good. Yeah, this level there really isn't much to say about it. The general auto scroller. Last time I ran this at an event, I showed off a way to skip this auto scroller. Unfortunately, it is quite a bit slower. You can hop out of bounds at a certain point and just skip through the entire thing. If we had the transformation, however, which I guess we haven't actually seen any of the transformations yet, was able to damage it to the point of it being destroyed. The camera lock would disengage and we would be able to do the level freely. Seeing as I brought up transformations, there's 3 transformations in the game. We have already bypassed one of them. We just bypassed the second. Those are the strong transformation and the fast transformation. We used to have to get the fast one in this level, but then we found a way, which you just saw, that skip, to skip it. Which would cause us issue, because we wouldn't be able to transform into them. We weren't able to unlock them. But due to how the game works with the level loads, we can exit out of the level, re-go back into it, and we get the transformations back. Seeing as I'm guessing the devs wanted you to be able to return to any level and have whatever transformations you would have had at that point. Without that, this entire run, well, at least would be a lot longer, because we have to go out of our way to pick them up. Yeah, we're going to be fighting our first boss in this level as well. Wanda. She is a water element. So, you know, not exactly good for a character that is made out of mud. Is probably the hardest boss fight in the game. That says more about how easy the other boss fights are comparatively to how hard this actually is. So all we have to do is jump through here, get to the end, punch a big rock, and then redo it. We have tried to skip the phases because you can, very difficultly, but you can get a this big dude into the center where the middle rock is, but it doesn't actually register you breaking anything. So it ends up becoming kind of useless as a strat. Well, that was way too close. That was I guess an example of how the camera lock works. Got disengaged when the transformation died. This level also shows a crash you can do in the game. Game will just completely shut down. If you hop out of your transformation after you punched a rock, go back into your transformation just as this wave kills your the mud dude, the game won't know where to place you and will just crash. Found it by accident when I was mucking around. At least that's what I think happens. I can't think of any other reason it would crash. Yep, that's our first boss done. A lot of these levels are quite short, so barring I think 2 at this point, all the levels have been brought down under 3 minutes, so it's quite a fast game. I would like to say it's a lot of fun. If you asked me like a few months back when the game first came out, I would say so. But I've definitely probably put a bit too much time into this game with how to enjoy it as much as I used to. Especially when tricks like this are in it. So, I'm not sure exactly what, words are difficult. Not exactly sure what to call this. But when you press A, when you jump underwater, it builds up some storage of such, and it can get you a lot more height than it probably should. And with that height, you're able to, when the transformation dies, able to get onto that platform. I'll give it one more try, but this is one of the hardest parts of the game, of the speedrun. Hey, got it. Nice. So yeah, that's quite difficult. There's one more of those types of things coming up. But yeah, that saves like 40 seconds going through instead of going through the normal way. We do another one here. This literally was or we can miss the jump. That also works. This was just found yesterday. So I'm fairly new at it. So yeah, able to get onto this rock. Oh my god, come on. Alright, we're not going to, we're going to do the old way. Or at least hitting the checkpoint would be helpful. Thing is, the game actually came out last year. So I forget who developed it, but it's an indie game. Been released on the Switch, Xbox, you know, PlayStation, same old. The usual stuff. Oh my god, stop eating my full jump. Alright then. Though, if for whatever reason anybody is interested to run this after the after this, please do it on the PC version. The Switch version load times are like 20 seconds. The PC has like 2 seconds. PS4 I think is pretty alright as well. I think that's only 10-second loads. But yeah, all the other runners do consoles. Or did console runs. And yeah, over 18 levels, it adds up. So yes, we have a glowing pool here. Activates our third transformation. The double jumper. But not the double jumps we have been doing. Through jumping in midair. Our dedicated double jumper.
Got a quick donation if we got time.
Yeah, go for it.
Got a $25 donation from Courtney who says, "I'm mad I'm out of skeleton puns today." Thank you very much for your donation.
Thanks, CJ.
Just a quick reminder that we're Oz Speedruns. We do speedrun events to raise money for charity. For ASM 2021, we're raising money for Beyond Blue, a charity promoting good mental health through raising the awareness and reducing the stigma around these issues. If you'd like to donate, the link to do so is donate.ozspeedruns.com. And back to you.
Cool. Well, that was a out of bounds. That's the whole way we can do it is literally ramming our skull into it. There's two types of invisible. Oh, jeez. All right. There's two types of invisible walls in this game. There's just the regular one you see it in any game. Devs wanting to keep you away from a certain objective. And then there's the like a force field, force back or whatever. Where it will actively push you away from it. That's what we just ran into. And for some reason, if you just keep ramming your head into it... Oh, okay. Went for a bit of a fly there. If you just keep ramming your head into it, you will eventually get through. It's not the best barrier, to say the least. Wow, alright, we're really going flying today. This rarely happens. That's what was supposed to happen. But yeah, the wind, I really wish it could get used for a little bit more. It's pretty cool. I suppose if you get to some of the ones earlier in the level soon enough, you could use it to launch Skully in the right direction. But I've never been able to line it up properly. Yeah, with this, you're able to skip losing your transformation and by going through the small hole over there and make this entire segment 10 times easier. Let's ignore all the deaths that I had while practicing just before. Hey, speaking of deaths I had, let's go and do the skip again. 10 times easier still doesn't make things like... Oh, I should not have double jumped there. I should not have double jumped there. Okay, we're gonna be taking this then. Yeah, a lot of things can go pretty wrong with this level. I wouldn't say it's one of the hardest, but it's what you call it? The platforming can be a bit tricky. Well, let's take this one. Oh, I was gonna say, let's take this one easy and go around. And then the wind got in the way. Thanks, wind. Much appreciated. Funny thing is, all of this is because of the upcoming boss. Forget what his name is now. Why is this escaping my head? It's like one of my favorite characters. The guy who's been talking this entire time, his whole element is wind. But for the longest time, I actually didn't realize these air currents did anything because I never hit them. It took probably like a couple of months before I realized that they ever did anything because I skipped the cutscene that explains it to you. Definitely glad I made sure to grab some water. We're starting to hurt a little bit. Yeah, this level is the level that all the fire gets put. Have a bit of a cooked Skully, I guess. That sounds, yeah. I guess if it cooked Skully, it would make like a ceramic pot or something? I don't know. Anyway. If we touch the lava, we just die. Like, it's nothing like the water, in a sense. We can technically survive for like a brief moment. Yeah, exactly. Ground is lava. We can survive for like a brief second, and do what we did in level 1, or attempted to do in level 1. But it doesn't always work out well. This is also another level that has a soft lock. I believe I was able to show this one off last time, but basically when you land in lava, it shuts off this whole cutscene. Because it's the same thing that happened in Wander's stage, where the transformation gets broken, the auto lock on the camera gets broken as well. If you manage to die during one of those cutscenes, the cutscene continues to play, but kind of messed up. Like there must be like a timer or something. Because once the cutscene would have finished, you get placed where that would have been, like where you should be. It also means if you manage to survive this section, and the transformation just dies, but you don't, you just get automatically put back. The downsides of this is then if you did die and you go try and get another transformation afterwards, you won't be able to move. It just locks you in place and you have to reset the game. I guess one thing I haven't brought up that gets shown off here is that the small dude can move those pieces horizontal, while the double jumper can move them vertical. The double jumper's ability. Oh, that's bad. Okay, I guess we reset. Yeah, I'm not actually sure what I should do in that situation. I guess that's never happened before for the run. I thought I knocked all those out before while practicing yesterday. What was I saying? Yeah, unfortunately the double jumpers one won't get shown off because we skipped that level. With a brand new skip that was found like a month ago. I haven't been able to implement it to a run yet though. This is also a level that if we were able to find 2 skips in this game, because this is one of the 2 levels I was saying before that is still like above 3 minutes, would save heaps of time. An ability we'll get later allows us to go out of bounds quite easily. Unfortunately, that's next level and not this level. Otherwise, we'd be able to get through this rock. And save like, I think 2 minutes or something. I say any way you can get through that big rock would save heaps of time. And then at the end of this level, there is an auto scroller. The second of 3. And if we're able to skip the trigger, for that, we would be able to, save like a couple of minutes as well. Probably like a minute, realistically. So yeah, if we're able to skip this trigger coming up, save a minute. If we're able to get a transformation in here, it would also save time because we could put the transformation into the lava with us in it, hop out just as it dies, and the camera lock theoretically would go away like in all other instances. So yeah, if anybody has any ideas of how to do that, that'd be amazing. Would probably bring the game down to like a 44 minute time, depending on which one you get found. But yeah, if there's anything need to be noted, now's the perfect opportunity.
Yeah, sure. I might just remind people of the donation incentives that we have coming up. So we got Hollow Knight Save or Kill Myla, which is the next run that's coming up after this. The save is currently at $10 and kill is currently at 0. We've also had a couple of donations come in for the Jack and Dexter glitch exhibition, which is currently sitting at 15 out of 500. So if you want to see a couple of those get up, that would be great. And I guess a question I got for the runner: do you have a favorite level or stage that you like to run? And then I'll
favorite level.
Yeah.
Though the trick in level 7, that I was failing a few times is annoying. That level's probably one of my favorites, if not this coming up level. It has a really cool skip. As I was alluding to before, there's a way to go out of bounds, but we only get it in this level. We get to use it one other time, which is unfortunate. It's a really neat trick, and it's unfortunate we don't get it in level 8, because it would help level 9. I'll explain that when we get to it. These are, I guess, lava thorns, fire thorns. Not exactly sure what you would want to call them. They, when you're in it, they slow you down and do damage over time. They're quite annoying things. Okay. Yeah, so this just unlocked the ability. We get to throw Skully. And with that, we can do something really cool. At least I think it's cool. We can throw Skully through walls. Basically what happens there is, well, at least what I think happens is Skully is on the end of the model until he gets thrown, or it gets thrown. Whoops. Which means that when it does get released, Skully is on the other side of the wall, meaning that we can go through it. It's a small little trick, but it's probably one of my favorite in the run. But yes, we get to yeet the skull from now on in quite a few levels. It does make things quite a lot more fun.
It does look fun, to be fair.
Yeah, there's actually an achievement in this game which I've yet to get, which I think is called Insert Football Reference, where you have to throw Skully 60 meters. Which is, yeah, I'm not entirely sure where you can actually do that, but it's one of 2 achievements I've yet to get in this game. So, 2 levels ago, we were introduced to the floor is lava level. This is the sequel. It was so good that we had to make another. And you know, sequels, they have to up the ante a little bit, have to make it more intense. Needless to say, this, well, it does and does not do that. It's an auto-scroller. The lava's rising. Oh yeah, it's a bit intense, but the lava goes so slow. You can outpace it quite easily. This whole level just tries to cut as many corners. You just cut as many corners as you can. There's a new trick that I found probably a month ago at this point, around the same time as I did with the one coming up in a few levels. But unlike that one, this only saves like, I don't know, probably 8 seconds or something. Which I'm not even sure if it saved that much. Yeah, so instead of going around, we can climb up this wall, which, even if it doesn't save time, it looks cool. And that's always a factor in tricks. Like, what's the point of doing one if it doesn't also look cool in the process? But yeah, we're just climbing this lava. This, I guess, volcano. But there is technically one major skip in this level that I've never been able to replicate. I brought it up last time I did a run of this, but haven't found any developments since then. Where I paused, reset the level because I fell off one of these bridges, and suddenly was warped up to the top of the level. I have no idea how it happened. It was around here, but it just suddenly brought me up to the top. It's the closest this game has to like an up warp. Because yeah, it brought me from where the lava is probably now and it just zoomed me up. There's a clip on, I think, the speedrun.com page in the forums if you want to check that out. But this next level, we've gone through a bright level to a very dark level, to the point where there's going to be a trick later that we're not actually going to be able to see a thing, so I have to do it completely blind. Not the best viewing experience, but I might grab the light, just lose that little bit of extra time just so you guys can see what the hell's going on. But yeah, this game though, like, can be a bit janky. The levels do generally look nice. Oh, that was new. I wasn't expecting to make that. Usually I end up falling in the water there. But yeah, I'll grab one of these light sources so you guys can actually see what's happening. I said this room used to be that you got, like, you did a whole puzzle, bringing these platforms, stacking them on top of each other, bringing this big guy to the top ledge there. But now we can hop into this corner, turn the camera until it pops like that, and throw Skully through the wall. Another one of my favorite levels, just because of that one trick. Like, the throwing Skully through wall thing is just so cool. Now time for the second of 3 bosses. Yep, this is the wind dude I was talking about earlier, Brent. He's probably one of my favorite characters. And he's teamed up with the fire deity, Fiona. He just throws rocks at us, and we chuck Skully at him. We're supposed to technically be getting closer. Oh, whoops. We're technically supposed to be getting close to him and throwing at Skully, but the neat thing is that his hitbox, you can hit him anywhere on his hitbox. So you hit the tail, or the tornado in this case, and it will count as a hit. You can also hop on the edge of that rock, and yeah. Usually there would be like fire appearing and we would have to wait a fair bit, but no, the game just lets us go through quite easily. Alright, so this is the first level that we have technically, like, with no company. If we were playing the game with audio, there would be no one talking. And look, we got the HP upgrade in time. Sick. I had no doubts in my mind. Yeah, in this level and the next level, we need that HP for a couple of tricks. So that's why it's important to get it by this point. Also means that we don't have to go and collect anymore. So we just unlocked an ability, where if we are pulling some of these platforms, we can put 2 points and send it on auto. So we'll just go back and forth between the 2 set points. Becomes quite useful when we can break this wall and set up a jump here. Land on the edge. And just for style points, throw Skully through the wall. That isn't necessary, but it looks cool. So I was supposed to transform into the big dude. Yeah, gonna set the big dude there. Usually, like the old route, we would do the same thing. But there's like a little, I don't know, part there which it juts out a little bit. If we set that there and then run, we can jump onto here, saving a little bit of time. I'm not sure if I got this in the right place. Oh yeah, just about. Okay. I wanted to give that one shot. Usually we have enough HP to get over there, but sometimes it doesn't always work out. It's quite a fun game, doing a speedrun of it. Casually, it can be a bit janky. I would definitely, if you're interested, I'll definitely wait until there's a sale on it though. There's usually, I wouldn't be surprised if there's one for Halloween, given the context. Yep, so that inadvertently showed off a bit of a janky aspect of this game. Is the animation only starts when Skully hits the big dude's hand to pick him up. If it doesn't happen, the skull tries to get to the hand, but it can't move all that fast. So the platform moves faster than it can. It's quite a weird weird bug. I've tried bringing it up to the devs before to see if anything could get fixed about it, because yeah, it is a bit annoying. But I didn't hear back, unfortunately. Like we got a raid.
This might be a good time for me to jump in and say, we're Oz Speedruns. We do speedrun events to raise money for charity. For ASM 2021, we're raising money for Beyond Blue, a charity promoting good mental health through raising awareness and reducing the stigma around these issues. If you'd like to donate, the link to do so is donate.ozspeedruns.com or !donate in chat. Quick reminder of that kill/save miler. It's coming up very, very shortly. Save's still in the lead at $10, and kill is currently at 0. So if you wanted to change the outcome of that run, get your donations in.
So this is a level where one of the New Game Plus strats are. I did try it in practice and it just did not work. It's just slightly too annoying to attempt. You basically do what I've been doing with the back in level 7 with hopping out of water once the transformation dies. But you're trying to hop onto a platform. That platform, which you move around the corner. Where I broke this door before. It doesn't always work out well. I think you need a little bit more HP than I have currently. Get it? And that jump is exactly why we need the HP. We can't do that on the base HP. So here's the other skip I've been alluding to. There's one of those invisible walls that just push you away here. And we just have to keep going into it until we get through. Because it is very inconsistent and there is no no guarantee that we'll get through within like a reasonable amount of goes. If we don't get it, there is a backup to get this skip, but I would rather just get through here. Okay. The game doesn't want me to do that, so I'm going to try the backup. Because it's a really cool skip and I really want to show it off. I haven't done this backup for a while though, so it should be interesting. Alright. Basically you can hop up from the top of that mountain and make it. Unfortunately it is still quite a difficult backup. Hey, there we go. See, like the barrier just suddenly just doesn't want to be there anymore and it lets us through. I don't understand. I found that trick by complete accident. So now we're out of bounds and we can climb the mountain. And we have to climb it to a certain point. I have to keep my eye out for it. But yeah, the geometry gets pretty distorted around here. I'll climb to the top of here and give a good look. It's quite pointy. It doesn't really have any good place to become like solid. Well, I'm not sure exactly what I'm trying to, like what descriptor I'm going for there, but you get the idea. It's really weird geometry. But the reason we climb up that part of the mountain is if we go another way, there's a lot of potholes and we can fall through and it's no fun for anyone. And we're at the end of the level. Good level, guys. Good level. Hope you enjoyed level 16.
Very nice. I got a quick donation.
Go for it.
$30 from Siren saying, Skully must be feeling very dizzy from all this rolling. Good run so far. Thank you very much for that.
I think that would be Kieran, another one of my friends.
Sorry, I apologize for the pronunciation. I wasn't sure whether to go with Kieran or Siren.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all good. I doubt he minds. He, as his name said, a bunch of different ways. But I think that's the first time I've heard that pronunciation. But yes, thank you, Kieran. Much appreciated. So, this level, the penultimate level, has a few kind of neat tricks. That was one of them. We jump on a rock, we pass the lava, we almost die in the process. This just skips us transforming into the big dude and getting thrown over the cliff. That is quite a difficult trick because you don't really have any direct way of controlling that. Skully can just get bounced in so many different directions. Oops, can we not get... I guess it wouldn't have mattered though. But the whole reason we transform into this dude is to get past that wall. Usually we would punch a one of those fire dudes to break this, but like all the other times, walls can't stop us. Walls are just a suggestion. I'll say one thing about like just these walls in general, which really annoys me, just because of how they're built, is all these walls, there's a rock face, like they've put a rock object, and then they have a another wall behind it, so you can't actually do anything by going. Okay, I haven't actually seen that before. That was cool. So yeah, you can't actually go out of bounds all that easily by hopping through the first layer. There's another layer there. But yeah, there's this giant hand that's trying to punch us. For the longest time, I actually never knew there was a hand there, just because I never bothered looking back. But and I guess we'll be seeing the hand again. But yeah, I've never bothered looking back for the longest time, and then while I was trying to 100% the game, I was like, oh yeah, I guess that's what that is. Yeah, generally dying there is unfortunate. Oh my, okay, cool, the rock decided to eat my input again. In case you missed the you want to see that hand again, here's another here's the third time we're seeing it. Anyway. I know you guys missed it. You know what, just because I failed this a few times, we're gonna throw ourselves through the wall. I used to be able to just chuck myself through this area, but after a while, I kept on missing and just throwing myself right into the lava. So I've stopped doing that. Right, this is the third time we would need the extra health. Is going across that. It damages over time. Not having the extra health hurts quite a bit. Yeah. Alright then. I guess it's not as good as a good luck charm as I would hope. Oh, while we're going through this level, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I'll answer them to the best of my ability, seeing as we're just going through the same thing over and over again.
Oh, I might jump in with a quick donation then.
Yeah, go for it.
Got a $25 donation from Anonymous saying they wanted to donate towards killing Myla in Hollow Knight, currently working on their 100%, 112%, and the game is awesome. Good luck. And that actually puts it in the lead at $25 and save is at 10. And that game is coming up very, very shortly. So if you wanted to change the outcome of that run, get your donations in. I guess I'll ask a question if nobody else has got one. What got you into speedrunning this game? It looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, I got started at it. I actually wanted to pick up the game from watching a video on somebody making a clay sculpture of Skully, and I thought it was really cool. I looked into what the game was about, and it looked quite fun. The movements was interesting, and I picked it up on the day of release or soon after. And yeah, I've been playing it ever since. Definitely had a few not so great times with the game. It can be a bit hard to control, but it's overall quite fun. I've definitely seen like oh, whoops. I've definitely seen reviews of this game saying that they don't like it. All coming from like casual, they playing it casually, not speedrunning it. And I can definitely see where they're coming from. But yeah, this game as a speedrun is, I'd say, a lot more fun than playing it in a casual aspect. As you skip a lot of the more annoying parts, which I'm not sure if is a sign of a good game or not.
You got a question in chat saying, "Hey, how optimized do you think it is?" You did mention there was a few skips that are quite new and you haven't tried out yourself, so
Yeah, the run's fairly optimized to at least what I know of it. There's a few skips that are a bit difficult to do in a live setting. Such as some of the skips in level 3 where it relies on quite perfect A pressing, like button mashing. So it's not really realistic to see in anything besides a New Game Plus run. If you look at, I actually haven't got a New Game Plus PB yet, but going into it, I think I can get this game down to a 43-minute time. My current PB is 49 minutes in New Game. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of a difference between the two, just because one, you get to have all your health upgrades from the start. Makes it so that you don't have to reset as much to regain your health. But yeah, I think pretty much all the tricks are the same in both. The only thing that would make things a lot faster are the skipping things in level 9. And I think there's one more, but I can't remember at the top of my head. Unfortunately, New Game Plus, also this is the final boss. Unfortunately, New Game Plus doesn't actually give you all that much. It's less like the classic New Game Plus, where you would just restart the game from scratch. You actually have to go into level select. So it's like New Game Plus Lite. You don't start off with any of your transformations. It's just replaying through, starting from mission select. It's a bit unfortunate, but what can you do about it? We have hacked into the game to get the transformations from the start, and one interesting thing I forget if I brought up earlier, is if you say go into level 5 with already having that haven't been into the transformation pool but have got the transformation unlocked, it plays the cutscene no matter where you transform into it for the first time. The game doesn't exactly expect you to have the transformations from the start. One cool thing you can do here is just because of the... Oh, whoops, went straight past him. Because of the water bouncing, you can just hop straight across and get to the boss faster. But it's kind of tricky without having the extra movement. So yeah, this last part is the hardest part of the boss, but it's still like way easier than the lava section. The first lava section, I should say. The only difficult part is because of all these barriers. But yep, that's the final boss done. We still got a little bit more before the end. And luckily we did not ran into the final glitch of the game. Sometimes when you get to this part, Skully just doesn't spawn. And because Skully doesn't spawn, you can't actually finish. Time as soon as I hit this heart, by the way. Time. Yeah, that's the game. It's an interesting experience. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's yeah, not really much else I can say about it. If anybody wants to get into the game, feel free to hit me up on speedrun.com. Ask me any questions. Yeah.
Yeah, nicely done. Good run.
Let's see, what's my time? Oh,
Final
geez.
time was 59:34.
That was a lot closer to my estimate than I thought it was going to be.